Warning, the following video contains 100% authenticity, facts and logic only, and is toxically masculine. So, if you're easily offended or you don't want to learn something new, then fuck off and go be a pussy somewhere else. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the 6-month change, right? Now, the 6-month change is a self-improvement experiment that I basically just thought of, and I would like to recommend it to you. It's something that I've been doing, and it's something that I believe can greatly benefit you. Now, before I get into it, right, you need to understand it's not some motivational, it's not some inspirational challenge. This is something that legitimately, if you really put in the work and you try it out, it can really help you out and you can see very good benefits. So, getting straight into it, I'm gonna explain it and break it down. So, obviously, as the name says, 6-month change, it's a time period that lasts 6 months in which you are exclusively dedicated on focusing on improving 2 to 3 areas in your life, right? You're not fucking around, you're not going out there and hanging out with, stupid people, with bimbos, you're not, hanging around with bad friends. You're really just not wasting your time, You're really grinding, and focused on improving, like I said, 2 to 3 things. Now, you could improve just one thing if you want to, because the good thing about it being 6 months long is that you can achieve a lot of results in 6 months, right? So if you're only focused on one thing, like fitness, let's say getting jacked, you can get pretty jacked in 6 months, right? And if you're focused on 2 things, it's still pretty good, right? Because you can still distribute it well. 3 things would be the maximum because, after that, even with 3 things alone, like let's say learning a language, getting fit, and making money, these are all things that if you want to get good at them, right, you really need to put in a lot of effort, you need to put in a lot of focus, and you need to be very serious about them, right? So if you're doing them all at the same time, the results will be not as good as if you took them one step at a time, right? Now, what I would recommend you do is you focus on the basics first, right? Because here's the thing, guys. As men, we have basics. We need to work on our looks, maxing out our looks. If you have hair, get a good hairstyle. Just shave your head like me. Your facial hair, I can't grow it. Just take care of it. If you got acne like me, again, take care of your acne. That's what I'm doing, right? Get jacked, get fucking yoked, guys. Dress well. Learn about fashion. I got a couple videos. I'm gonna link them at the end of this video, right? Just maxing out physically, right? That's one of the things. The second thing is your finances, right? Working on your finances, work on making money, right? You gotta start finding ways to earn money. The third thing is your career, aka chasing excellence. And all these things kind of tie into each other, right? But focusing on your career, I don't know what it is you want to do. I'm going to be a fighter. I also do YouTube on the side. I'm also learning copywriting on the side, right? These are all things that, like I said, tie into making money. And the fourth thing is mastering combat, right? And the fifth thing is obviously, women, getting good with women. That comes down later, right? But you see, all these things are basic things that as men, we need to not only work on them and know them, but be really good at them. And obviously, it takes time, so it's understandable that you're not good at them at first. Like me, I'm trash at jiu-jitsu, I'm trash at, grappling. But I'll be there, It's going to take me some time, but I'll be there. But I'm really focusing on that, right? So, for example, for me, I'll give you an example. Right now, in, the 6-month change, I'm really focused on just making money and on my fight training, let's say. Like I said, I'm really focused on my jiu-jitsu. I really, really want to level up my jiu-jitsu, really want to improve it. That way, I reach a certain point, and let's say by the end of the year, where I'm good enough to train with the amateur team at AKA. And, that's really going to help me. It's really going to put me on a different path and just progress a lot faster, learn from, people who are really experienced, people who've had 10, 20, 30 fights, whatever, and just level up a lot faster, right, guys? And the last thing I want to tell you with this is be wise, all right, guys? Everything with this channel, everything that you see, if you're watching this video, chances are you're already on a good path. You're out there trying to improve yourself. You're out there trying to become a better version of yourself, right, guys? 6 months, it's fucking insane, okay? It's insane how much you could achieve in 6 months, because I understand that it might sound like a long period of time, and that might actually discourage you, but it shouldn't, because it passes by very fast. Has it ever happened to you where you're just like, sitting there thinking, or you're checking your phone and you're like, that happened last week, or you're like, oh man, it's been a month? You ever get that feeling? I know I have, because time goes by very fast, guys. And let me tell you one thing. You don't want to have regrets in life. The only regret I have is wasting a lot of time. And the problem with wasting a lot of time is it's not like money where You lose money, you can get it back. You lose a bimbo, you can get a prettier bimbo, right? It's none of that shit. You can't get your time back, right, guys? So please be wise and keep in mind the actions you take today will probably indicate what's going to happen in your future. If you're hanging around a bunch of losers, if you're wasting your time, you're smoking weed, you're watching porn, you're not being productive, you're going nowhere, okay? You're going fucking nowhere. You need to cut that shit out and you need to get serious with your life, right, guys? This is it, As young guys, especially, right now is the age where we're building our foundation. We're getting jacked, we're improving our looks. We are becoming more wise. We're learning more about the world. Ideally, networking and working and learning from men much older than you who have a lot more experience, right? And just climbing the ladder of excellence, right? And eventually becoming a very high value man. All right, guys, this is it. Stop fucking around. All right, I know I need to hear this message. There have been a lot of times in my life where I've wasted time. You gotta stop wasting time, guys, because time goes by very fast. Like I said, you can't go back. You can't get your time back. So choose a couple things you want to work on. Ideally, I would say the basics, right? Let's say if you're fat, you're out of shape right now, focus on losing the weight and focus on getting money. Then focus on your career, even though it all kind of ties into play. Or maybe let's say you're finishing high school, right, guys? So that's all for today's video, right? Go plan it out. I got my notebook right here. Get a notebook, get a pen, write down things you really want to work on, things that you really want to improve on, focus on, right? How you're going to do them, how you're really just going to get there. And this is it, guys, all right? The time is now. Stop fucking around.